Here's a quick tip for anyone who's planning on purchasing sand, gravel, any type of building materials that are sold by the cubic yard. Make sure that you understand what you're getting and that you do the math correctly. I don't know for whatever reason why I thought I was getting a deal by purchasing one of these 1/3 cubic yard bags from a local home improvement center, but I really wasn't. I think I paid $33 for it for 1/3 of a cubic yard, 9 cubic feet. There are 27 cubic feet in 1 cubic yard. Cubic yard, remember, is 3 feet by 3 feet. That would be a square. And then you would multiply that by 3 feet to form the cube. Simple math, but I know some people don't get that. You'll have to go to another video for that. But anyway, $33 for 1/3 of a cubic yard. You multiply that times 3 to make a yard. It's $99 for a cubic yard. Now, that's not going to be your best deal most of the time. So later on, I went and purchased half a yard of sand and half a yard of a base, which would be grinded up cement. I think dirt. They really throw everything in here. Maybe even a little sand, but I think it's really just recycled concrete. And I think that the total price for this was $70. And I didn't think that was too bad, but it did get me thinking about the sand I purchased earlier from the home improvement warehouse or store, one of the big chains. And so I think the bottom line here with the video is that you need to check your prices if you're going to purchase larger amounts of sand, 1 cubic yard or larger. You know, again, these bags are handy. If you have a truck and you want to go in there and pick up a load of sand or gravel, something like that, they are handy to have, but they might not be the best price. So my local masonry supply place sells a yard of sand for about $70. So you would save $30 by going to them versus going to the home improvement center in my area. So I just wanted to throw that out there. A couple things about the sand and gravel prices. And obviously this isn't rocket science. Some of you check prices, some of you don't. And again, all material prices should be checked. Now, one more thing I'd like to point out is a friend of mine was helping me here, and he came up with the idea of putting the tarp down to separate the sand from the fill. I thought that was a good idea. So if this is something you might feel useful, then use it. But the gravel was filled, or I should say the fill actually was filled in first with the tarp. So if you could imagine, they took the tarp and pulled it over. I wasn't there when they loaded the truck up. I was working. He went down there and picked it up. But he folded the tarp back. So the tarp would have been folded towards the back of the truck, covering the fill. And then when they put the sand on, it actually overlapped onto the plastic tarp there. And it was very hard to get the fill out because it was buried under the sand. We had to actually remove some of the sand. So if you do something like this, don't expect it to work great for separating the materials, but made it difficult when it was time to get more of the fill out before the sand. So that's it for this video. Off to the next one.